Good morning, everybody, or good day. Lovely to be back after a long. I've been missing for a long time, doing other things, mainly writing a book. I want to talk this morning about how we actually hear God in the world, how we actually spend time listening to Him and listening to His voice of hope and comfort and confidence. Because we are assaulted by so many things in the world that we don't really have space for God, for a lot of us. A lot of us don't. And if we are not drawn to that place where we can hear God, then what hope do we have? What benefit do we have from the spiritual life that takes us along God's path of promise, hope and love, and mercy and grace and joy? And when I look at this world today and the pain, the brutality, the violence, cruelty, the abject cruelty in the world today, then I have to wonder, how does anybody survive without God? And I was talking to someone the other day about the situation with the US and Russia, um, the Ukraine, and the amassing of violent forces all around the Ukraine, joining together of these communist blocs and blocs of the free world, if you want to call them that, just to overtake one small country. And I think to myself, when I watch the comings and goings of the various world leaders and their difficulties with making dialogue work, and the lust for violence that comes from the perpetrators of this. And we were talking about where is the hope in this? Because if these people go ahead and it seems so imminent, then they will probably destroy the world. Look at the pandemic. Where is the hope in the pandemic when it seems to dodge and skirt every effort we make to overcome it? You get a vaccine and then there's a new strain, and it just seems to have no end. Where is the hope in that? How do we get up every day and face the world and not be terrified that one of these afflictions is going to destroy everything we love, everything that sustains our life as we know it? So I read this newsletter that came from a friend of mine in the US called Paul McCauley. And he uses the story of Elijah in 1 Kings 19:11-12. And he says, so I just want to read it to you. I think it's okay. So this is it. The Lord said to Elijah, "Go out and stand on the mountain in the presence of the Lord, for the Lord is about to pass by." And so Elijah did this, and he waited for the Lord. Then a great and powerful wind tore the mountains apart and shattered the rocks before the Lord. But the Lord was not in the wind. After the wind there was an earthquake, but the Lord was not in the earthquake. After the earthquake came a fire, But the Lord was not in the fire, and after the fire came a gentle whisper. So the Lord is not in the noise of the world. He is not in the voices of destruction. He is not in the elements that destroy the world. The Lord lives in the silence of the world. And Paul actually looks at four different versions. He looks at three. I added another one. Versions of the end of the story. And one of them, in the King James Version, which is probably the oldest version of the King, ended with, after the fire, a still small voice. And in the NRSV, which is the New Revised version, the sound of sheer silence. And then in the library, which is the New American Bible Revised Edition, a light, silent sound. And in the NIV, which we probably all know the best, it says there was a gentle whisper. The Lord spoke in a gentle whisper, in a small voice. So unless we can actually calm our lives down to a point where we regularly spend time in silence, listening to God, can we ever hear His prayer? We need it so badly. Barbara Holmes, who is an African American who writes incredible books, she writes about the slaves. Now, that is just the most wonderful vignette for a situation that is completely devoid of hope. The slaves of the time of the American Conquest, who were sold like animals and taken to where they were separated from their loved ones and their families and brought to these cotton fields. They were chained, they were beaten, they were starved, and made to work in these open fields in the hot sun for long, long hours. Nobody cared about them. They were just a means to an end, cheap labor. And their lives were just lives of utter pain and hopelessness, worldly hopelessness from morning to night. But what happened with those slaves is they had grown up in a very spiritual environment. And in the small hours of the night, when they had finished work, and on Sundays, when the owners would go to church, they were not allowed to go to church. They would band together and find God. They would worship and sing and praise Him, and they would sit in silence, reflecting on the Word of God, reading the Word of God. And that actually allowed them to survive, actually allowed them to become in touch again with their value as people of God, born in the image of God. That though they may have had no significance or value to the people who persecuted them, that God loved them and made them who they were, and that they were special. And It was only in God's hope that they could have the hope of the world, which was kind of predicated on an outcome that they would somehow be free, which many were, but many weren't. And that's a worthy hope that's dependent on an outcome. God's hope is eternal. It is embedded deeply in the history of our salvation, in Jesus' death on the cross, in the saving of God's people through Jesus' blood on the cross. And that just quite simply means that Jesus died for our sins. He atoned for our sins through his death, in other words, through his blood. So through his blood, we have eternal salvation. And that is our hope. And it is eternal. And it never goes away. No matter what situation you're in, you can feel the presence of God within you. You don't have to go to church. You don't have to have any special place. You can simply be silent and reflect on the presence of God within you and the hope, the eternal hope that He gives us. And in my conversation with these people about this impending war in Eastern Russia, that's what I said. I said I could actually wake up every day and be so depressed with this thing hanging over my head, which all of our heads, which would affect all of our lives very negatively, even if we not only know it. The only way that I can go forward with a smile and just carry on with the work that I'm doing in my life is by remembering, by sitting in silence and feeling God's presence and feeling God's hope, God in my heart. Nobody can penetrate our hearts where God is. Only if we let Him. That is the only way that I can put this whole dreadful world aside and move forward with joy and with hope in the knowledge that God will decide the outcome. And whatever He decides and whatever happens, I know is part of His plan and that He will protect me and us, all of His children. Think of the people, the women in the traffic, the people in China, the women in China, all of them, the women, Muslim men and women in China, who are tortured. The women are gang raped daily. They have no access to their family. Women who are sex trafficked, taken from their homes and imprisoned in this dreadful world of violence and abuse, treated like animals, much like the slaves. Where is their hope? Their hope is in God, and it is eternal. So there's a quote from St. Augustine I'd just like to share with you before it close off. He said, trust the past to God's mercy, the present to God's love, and the future to God's providence. And the word providence means His protective care. There is always God's hope, even in the worst of circumstances. So whatever you are going through, whatever how bad it is, always you can return to your heart and find God in silence, and you will find His eternal power. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make His face to shine upon you and bring you His eternal hope and peace. Amen.